Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Ozzie here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. Monumental week for the DC guys. Let's start with some Heroes in Crisis number 9. One of the big event books. This is the last issue of the run. You can pick up the previous 8 either in first print or reprint if you've missed them. One of the biggest books of the year. This book has been super cool. You know we talk up Tom King all the time around here. If for whatever reason you haven't been following this is your last chance. Grab the other 8 issues. Grab this issue number 9. You will not be disappointed. Doomsday Clock number 10. One of the other hugest books in comics. One of the other giant events that DC has rolling out these days. This one's almost over. This is the big reveal issue. Again, you can pick up the other issues, the previous 9, either in first print or in reprint. But I strongly suggest you do, because this book's been amazing. And there's going to be some big things going on by the time this one's over. Speaking of big things, Batman, Last Night on Earth. Been a lot of talk about this one too. This is the next DC Black Label thing, sort of like Batman Damned. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, futuristic Batman tale. You've probably read about this one a lot on the interwebs. But here it is, waiting for you at your favorite friendly neighborhood comic shop. And Superman Leviathan Rising, yet another giant-sized DC book. This one's a big $10 kickoff to the next big super event. You know I'm a huge super fan. You know I've been really digging the awesomeness that Bendis has been doing with Action and Superman and the whole super line. This is going to spill out across the entire DCU. So make sure this one finds its way into your stack today. Now just a couple other DCs to talk about. Detective Comics Annual, because DC's just kicking out all the specials and events this week, like this one, and like the Catwoman Annual. And last but not least is the Dog Days of Summer, because it was Memorial Day weekend, so it's time to start thinking about summertime fun. DC loves the big quarterly holiday event books. Fun stuff. Great week for those guys. Great week for the Marvel guys too. Let's talk some War of the Realms. War of the Realms Thor, the guy that kicked off the whole thing. Love me some God of Thunder. Then there's all the mini-series spin-offs like Giant Man and War Scrolls with Daredevil there on the cover. Or Spider-Man and the League of Realms. Always fun when Spidey does his thing in these big events. There's all kinds of this War of Realms stuff. I always say you don't have to read all the different books to get the gist of the main title. You only have to follow the main one. But if you're really digging it, like everybody seems to be, you might want to check out some of these other side books because they're a lot of fun. And a great time for X-Books. This is Age of X-Men Extremists. Again, like War of the Realms, there's a lot of this Age of X-Men stuff going on. If you've been following Uncanny, it's spinning out of the first arc of the new Uncanny X-Men title. Like I say, all kinds of different stuff, but if you're an X fan, check out some of the first issues. See if you want to keep following some of the others, because it's fun stuff. And X-Men Grand Design is back. This book kind of caught people off guard in its first incarnation. This is the 3rd volume of X-Men Grand Design, sort of a kind of retro analysis of some of the huge events in the history of X-Men. You can pick up the trade for the first 2 series, or just jump into this one if you're a 80s X-Men fan like me. X-23 and the Red Hot Major X rounds out your X stuff for the week. Good time to be an X-Men fan. Good time to be a Spider-Man fan too. Amazing Spider-Man number 22. Great to see Amazing back on the top of everybody's stack. This one's wrapping up the Hunted storyline, featuring some of Spidey's all-time great classic villains. Only Batman has a rogues gallery that matches Spider-Man's, and this series has been making the most of that. If you've been holding out on Spider-Man, or if you haven't checked out Amazing in a long time, now's the time to jump back in. Grab that number 16, or just jump into the latest issue, as I always recommend doing, because that's fun. Amazing Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man with Doctor Strange there on the cover, and Spider-Man City at War. There's plenty of web slinging for just about anybody. Good time to be a Spidey fan. Immortal Hulk, number 18. One of my favorite books. Been encouraging you guys to check this one out since the first issue. I hope you took me up on it, because now they're into like the 5th printing of all these different issues. Grab the 3 trade paperbacks. Just jump into the latest issue. This is really one of the most interesting books that's on the stands these days. I know currently you can probably read all about it all over the internet, but just jump into the book. Grab that first volume trade, or just grab this latest issue. These amazing covers by Alex Ross are wrapped around a really great comic. So check out some Immortal Hulk. Daredevil, another one of my favorite titles, another one of the best books Marvel does. Been one of Marvel's best books for a long time. This is just the beginning of the newest reboot, so grab that #1, catch up to this week's #5. Always a good time to be a Daredevil fan. And Black Panther, this one might be flying under your radar since the new reboot has cooled down a little since he's not Marvel's biggest movie star, but check out some Black Panther, because this book is really good. Volume 6 of the trade paperback is actually this volume 1 to the current series, so pick that up and catch up to the latest issue, because, well, Wakanda forever. Magnificent Miss Marvel, excuse me, and Marvel Rising, co-starring Miss Marvel, are your Millennial Heroes book of the week, and Thanos, #2, rounds out your Marvel stuff for the week. Cool Gamora cover there. Everybody loving Thanos. And a great week for all the other guys too. Fight Club 3 is my Dark Horse book of the week. Just as awesome as the movie. This is obviously totally in the movie universe. So rewatch the film, check out Fight Club 2 as a graphic novel, and then pick up Fight Club 3 because it's awesome. Speaking of awesome, Spawn #300. This is number 297. 300 is right around the corner. Spawn is one of the hottest books in comics again. As you can see, I've slapped up a few on the back wall there. Love me some Spawn. Always had some of the best stories in art and comics. If you've been away for a while, now's the time to come back. Grab 296 and start the build up to number 300. Great stuff there. And Black Science. Another one of my favorite Image books, has been since the beginning. Some cool, dark science fiction. Grab the first issue reprint to get the gist of it, or just grab that first trade, or again, just jump into the latest issue, because that's always fun. Great week for IDW as well. The mighty TMNT and the Transformers. You know, they started the Transformers thing all over again. So if you're an old school Transformers fan, now's the time to come back to the comic. Because it's as if all that other stuff had never happened. They're just starting from scratch. A little more on starting from scratch later. Star Trek Year 5. And Dick Tracy Forever. Like I say, great week for the guys at IDW. Great example of their range, their scale, some of the really awesome licensed property stuff that they do. Like Boom Studios and Angel, speaking of starting all over again. Joss Whedon has taken his whole Whedon-verse to Boom Studios with Buffy and Angel and Serenity, Firefly, all that good stuff. This is the first issue of Angel, the new Angel series. There was a 0 issue that might have snuck by you because they sort of snuck it by everybody, but we still got a few of those in stock. If you're a Buffy-verse fan like I am, you're going to want to pick this one up. And Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it's your other Boom Studios book of the week, because you guys love the MMPR. Bloodshot is my Valiant book of the week. You know, they're always talking up this guy getting a movie. Always encouraging you guys to check out one or all of the great books that Valiant does, like this one, and Exo Manowar, and all their other cool stuff. Blossom 666 is your Archie book for the week. You know I've been talking up Archie, their horror line, their regular PG-13 line. Love me some Archie comics. This one, Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica. All kinds of great stuff coming from Archie Comics these days. Probably one of the most unique publishers going on right now. Great job from those guys. And Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor, is your Titan book for the week. Because everybody loves Doctor Who. And it's a great week for the all ages stuff as well. Marvel Action is the IDW line of Marvel all ages books. They do Spider-Man and Avengers and Black Panther. This is a big old chunky supersized one that's got multiple stories in it. So if you've got a younger reader in your life, or if you are just looking for something light, something fun, check out some Marvel Action, because it's been really good stuff. My Little Pony has the first issue of a new title, because you guys can't get enough of the ponies. And Uncle Scrooge. It's my Disney book, always talking up the awesomeness that is Disney comics. Great stuff. Lots and lots of good books this week. So check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, and pick up something super awesome. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com and check out our especially cool Shopify store. Check out the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, check out the podcast at soundcloud.com, or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.